Just visit the new CalgaryHerald.com with more of everything worth knowing.
Well, you always got to be worried anytime you go into that stadium. Obviously, strange things have happened there over the years. Having said that, they haven't happened to the Stampeders over the last couple of years. John Huffnagel has a perfect record at BC Place in regular season. But yeah, I think there is a concern that this team is looking past the Lions tonight to next weekend in Regina, and that's human emotion because everything will be decided in that game November 7th at Mosaic Stadium. First place, hosting the West Final, but this is a game they have to win in order to make sure, first of all, that they're playing good football, which is the primary aspect of this, but also that a win tonight also secures a home date in the playoffs as well. So both of those things are pretty crucial going into tonight's game.
On paper, it's a very easy game plan. Give the ball to Joffrey. If you can get the running game going, you can beat BC.
Absolutely, and Joffrey Reynolds, we've said this ad nauseum, but he is the best running back in the league this year. Just absolutely having a terrific year, leading the league in rushing, getting the key yards at key times, and making life easier for the offense. But the offense hasn't always taken advantage, and that's been a problem. I think Henry has got to get on the same page with his receivers, and I think it's more an aspect that the receivers have to get on the same page as Henry, if you see my point. There's receivers who have struggled. Brett Ralph has had a tough year. He's struggling through a broken hand right now. Had a lot of balls hit him in the chest that he just hasn't been able to hold on to. They're going to need him to make some big catches in these last two games and in the playoffs.
Also, Nick Lewis is a receiver to watch.
Isn't it? One of the freakiest statistics I've ever seen, that he is something like 79 yards away from going over the 1,000-yard plateau for a sixth straight year, no touchdowns. Think about that. 1,000 yards, no touchdowns. That is mind-boggling, and they're not going to force anything to Nick Lewis, and he even said last weekend that he'd gladly take on that honor. He wants to be the first 1,000-yard, no touchdown guy. Having said that, you know what? If there's a game on the line and Nick Lewis is open, they're going to get the ball to him, and he will make the catch.
It's got to be a bit of a monkey on his back, not having a TD.
There's a zero in the touchdown column. That can't be a good thing. And he's taken some ribbing about it. But if there's a guy who's able to deal with it, it's him. That's a guy who does so many of the little things for this team so very well. Blocking downfield, blocking on the line of scrimmage. Best blocking receiver in the CFL. And, I think probably the ultimate team guy on that offense.
Who else should we watch for on the other side of the ball?
I'll be very interested to see how that defense deals with Casey Printers. Printers gets a second start for the Lions tonight. Malik Jackson has just had a terrific second half of this season since moving into the linebacking core, leading the team in tackles. He's the rookie of the year on this team, but he's going to get his first taste of Casey Printers, and that's a challenging prospect for the rookie. Casey obviously showed last weekend in Regina that he can still get it done in this league. A couple weeks of preparation, he's out there throwing great passes. Didn't make a mistake until the very end of that game, obviously, but he's a challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup in particular, Malik Jackson against Casey Printers.
It's going to be a big game.
Huge game. Every game this weekend is huge, and that's what's exciting about this league right now.